Hey, what's going on, YouTube? Glad you guys, man, were able to make it back with us once again for another Bro Code.
Bro Code, baby.
Man, what's going on with you, bro, man?
Listen, man, we ain't did it in a minute, life, you know what I mean?
Life happens.
That part, you know what I mean?
Yes.
But I just, I thank God that we was able to come back together, you know what I mean, with even more beautiful content, you know what I mean, for everybody out there, whatnot. I'm excited, man. What do you have? What will be our first clip, our reunion clip?
I gotta say, I gotta start it off right. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna start on a positive note, and I'm gonna put out this story about this young man who just graduated from high school.
Okay.
And not only did he not go out to party,
right,
but he went to work.
Okay.
Like, I think they was short staffed that day.
Right.
And they was like, "Can you come?" He was like, "Yeah." Or he just went in on his own. They didn't mention that part.
Right.
But
right.
The young man went to work, man, and you know what I'm saying, and we rarely get an opportunity to. But you know what?
Yeah,
I'm gonna let this clip run,
and
then we go get right back to you.
Yeah.
Yes.
An exciting update tonight on a story that thousands of you have been following on 11alive.com. Mykale Baker recently graduated from high school and jumped right back into a shift at Burger King. You probably remember this. A customer spotted him, pulled out her phone, and put TikTok to work. Well, the fundraiser she set up for his college expenses has raised more than $180,000. But now Burger King is getting in on the action, stepping up, surprising him with a $10,000 scholarship. And they didn't stop there. Burger King wanted to celebrate the generosity that helped make this all possible. So they gave the woman's daughter, who also just graduated as well, a $10,000 scholarship of her own. So congratulations to the both of them.
Yeah, that is so awesome for that family.
All right, bro, man. Wow. This right here, I love to see this because it shows the work ethic of young people. When they try to write our young people off and say that they lazy, they don't want to do nothing, they just want to sit on the phone, they want to party, they want to kick it. Not all young people are like that. Not even when I was coming up was all young people like that.
Oh, no,
you know
no doubt. The people that they gonna mention that is just the people that are doing it.
Yeah.
Never the people that's, rarely the people that's really standing on business like this young man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I can really appreciate, what the lady did for him, with the GoFundMe page or whatnot, or what was it, GoFundMe or whatever.
Yeah.
And they raised this much money for his college. You know what I mean? Because
over 180,000.
That's what I'm saying. And then, then Burger King had to jump in and get a little fame from it. You know what I'm saying? You should have started off that way. You know what I mean? But anyway, better. You know what I mean? The more, it's just more money. You know what I mean? The more, the better for him. And the way he just stood on business, like you said, Mo. This man, he could have been out here partying and whopping and whatnot, but he decided to go to work and make money, save money, you know what I mean, to go to college. You know what I'm saying? That's standing on business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he definitely needs to be appreciated and applauded for, you know what I mean, his efforts. He deserves every dollar of that money that he gets. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations, young man. You know what I'm saying? And, we need to really encourage, other companies, you know what I mean? There are some that do give out scholarships and stuff like McDonald's. I believe they do that as well. You know what I mean? But we need to encourage businesses as well to kind of support and especially the community, and the people and the workers and everything, because you got people, that work fast food. Let's say, for instance, fast food.
Right.
That they come from all walks of life. You know what I mean? You have the young college students. You have the people that's really dependent on that money to pay their bills.
Yeah.
Type situation.
Definitely. You never know nobody else's situation.
No, you don't. But I think, that the companies that these people work for, I believe the companies should invest more into their employees. You know what I mean? And, it creates great morale.
Yeah.
It's a good look for the company. And I think more people would want to work for them, you know what I'm saying? If they
do a good job.
And do a good job because, they have something to look forward to,
That's right.
Give them a little bit of hope. I think, you know. So.
I feel that. I feel that. You know, I always thought about that too. Like, you know, if companies would do this, you know, this, that, and third to incentivize good work.
Right.
Then they wouldn't have to talk about, well, you know what I'm saying, we have high turnover rate.
Right,
you know
right.
what I'm
But
saying?
you wonder why you don't care about your employees. You don't want to pay them.
Right.
You know what I mean? Now, I'm not saying that this is the case, and it's not even about that. It's actually about the young man that went, you know, that just really stood on business and put priority over partying first. You know what I mean? So.
But just to get on that part, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I really feel that side too. So yeah, I think if more companies did that, man, we would get a lot more of these young men.
We would, and we need a lot more of these young men and women out here, you know, because you got to understand, these are going to be this is the new generation.
Yes,
you know, that will help mold and shape the country.
Yeah,
you know, and then other generations after them. You know what I mean? But you know, us as older heads, as schools, as they call us, you know, schools, you know what I mean? You know, we have obligation as well to set a good example for them as well and support them, especially when they're doing what they're supposed to do. I mean, support them no matter what, but, you know, you don't reward bad behavior either.
Right.
You know what I mean? But, you know, you don't give up on people either. You know what I mean?
No,
you know what I mean? But some people, you know, they're going to do what they choose to do until... you know, they've had enough or, you know, hit a wall or whatnot, you know. But I'm just saying, you know, if we could set a good example, a positive example for the younger generation, I'm talking about our generation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that helps encourage them as well, you know what I mean, to want to succeed and do better and go as far as they can as well. So.
Def.
Yeah.
Well, hey, y'all go ahead and leave your comments and let us know what you think about this story.
Yeah.
I thought it was a wonderful story to go ahead and start this new set of podcast videos out with. So go ahead and leave your comments. If you haven't already, hit that like button, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. And you know, hey, when we make another video, y'all will be notified if you hit that bell icon. Okay? All right. Talk to you guys later. Peace.